I just bought an old Ford truck buried in the woods. Today we're going to try to pull it out and get it running, and it's going to be a challenge. This is a pretty sorry sight. This might be one of those mistakes that one makes when they buy impulsively. Ow. Ow.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Well, the hood opens. Yay, watch out.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know, it landed right on me. 351M, most likely. This is a 79, so it's probably a 351M. The label on the side you can't read anymore. Broken fan shroud.
Look how the paint has...
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if this sat with the hood up for a long time and the sun baked that. Something's up with this hood. Oh yeah, look at the hinge. The hinge is completely bent there. I bet this hood was up for a long time, and when right before the sale someone forced it down. Before we do anything, I gotta clear out around this truck. It is so overgrown you can't get near it.
Whoa! Oh shoot, you're right, I forgot about that.
This truck is sitting in what used to be maybe some kind of road in the woods, and it's sitting right in the middle of it. Obviously not used anymore.
I hope it didn't break down in the middle of this road and they left it.
Well, that's actually that's a good question. You're gonna love this.
Yeah?
It's full of stuff.
Really?
Yes. You can't even open this door. Look at that. It's almost to the roof with stuff.
Gosh. I hope it's good stuff.
Yeah, me too. That's a big bonus. Oh, cool. Look at that. Messy.
Did you ask these people if you could cut down this stuff?
Huh?
Did you ask if you could cut down all this stuff?
No, but I think it's obvious we need to. Just think of it this way. We're opening up the road for them.
That's true. Oh, look. I think somebody may have tried to get it out at one time. There's a piece of board under here.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they failed.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, see the ruts?
Mm-hmm.
That tire's flat. This one's flat.
And why'd you buy this again?
Price was right.
And that's the only reason?
No, actually, I'm planning on using this truck. Assuming it runs, yes. We need a tow rig. I've been using my dad's truck as a tow rig, and I never intended to use it for that. I need a 3/4 ton long bed as a tow rig. I think this is a 3/4, yeah, this is a 3/4 ton long bed. It's what we need. 351M has plenty of power.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a stick or an automatic?
I don't think you're going to be able to tell with all that stuff
I can't
in there.
from here.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to tell until you take all that out.
But anyway, we need a tow rig. I'm hoping this is a stick, because that's really what I want. But we need it. I'm hoping it's got a trailer hitch. I can't tell, but if it doesn't, then I'll put one on.
There's a big tree growing back here. I mean, it's a pretty big tree.
Holy cow. Wow.
I mean, that thing...
Well, let's leave that there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Watch your eyes.
Look at the trash.
Yeah.
Did you look at the tag?
No.
Look at the tag.
2,000? No problem. No problem. That's a piece of cake. Yeah, 25 years? Well, this run in an hour.
Oh my gosh.
No tailgate. That's a bummer.
You better be careful. Did anything come out?
No. No. Does it stink? Doesn't smell that bad.
Really?
No. Nope.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is going to be fun. So these Ford trucks always close. The doors close well. Way better than GM. This one's not so good. No. Maybe it's this. Oh, wait a minute. Sun drop cap. It's probably all this junk here. this in the way.
Yeah, that's it. Have you noticed that this truck has multiple colors?
I did. It's yellow, blue, red. A guy I know that has a 79 told me that in 79 there was something up with the metal where the paint doesn't stick.
Huh.
And his did exactly this, and he said he had it repainted twice and it did the same thing. And look at this, it's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or just a tale, but that's interesting that this is doing the same thing. I've been looking at this and I don't know how we're gonna get this thing out of here unless it rolls, and I doubt it will. It's got 3 flats, but we'll worry about that later. All right, let's see if this thing is seized. Any bets, viewers?
I would say yes.
Yeah, me too. Although it's 25 years, it might not be. Oh yeah, it's seized big time. I'm getting a really good grip with these belts, and it's seized big time. Ah, crap. Okay, I kind of figured that. So, what's the plan here? We're gonna try to drive it out of here.
I'm not
So we're
sticking
gonna
around
try
for
to
that.
pull it out of here.
We might be here for a week if we try to drive it out of here.
Yeah, and we have to figure out how to pull it out of here.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to jack up each wheel and see if they're stuck. I got an idea though. We left the trailer out there in order to back in, but I think I can get the trailer in here and maybe we can pull it out with the trailer's winch.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got to see if the tires are free first. This one spins. Yay. That one rolls.
Oh, wow. 2 for 2.
Oh, and this one's got air in it. Okay, that's great. Now hopefully the emergency brake's not on and the rears roll.
Where's it at?
It does look like it's on.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it is on.
No way, Jose.
It was. But it popped back,
Uh-huh.
which I'm shocked about. So if there's no slack in the cable, which there isn't, it may still work. If this thing rolls, A, it's going to be a minor miracle, and B, it should be cake to winch out of here,
Yeah.
which would be so nice because it is hot. Ugh, no,
No.
that one's not moving. Yeah, the thing is that this is a full floater axle, and I got to take all this apart to get the drum off. It's not typical. And I have to keep everything pretty clean because I'm exposing the axle and the axle bearings and all that. So the e-brake cable is not under tension. That's a good thing. So that means if I can free these shoes up, it'll spin. Before I take the whole full floater apart, which is going to take some time, I'm going to just hit this with a big hammer and see if I can free it up. I doubt it, but it's worth a try. That is locked. I'm almost positive that when you take this cap off, there's going to be a retainer that takes a huge socket, and I don't have that. Rather than mess with this, we're going to put the tires back on and pull it out of here with 2 stuck wheels. This is ridiculous. This could take us all day. Wow, that worked awesome.
I know.
Holy cow.
I did not expect it to do that, honestly.
I didn't either.
You ready?
Yep. Hey, this tire's rolling.
It is?
Yeah.
Maybe it broke free.
Okay, babe, take it home. Good to go. Woohoo!
Yeah.
That was way easier.
Yeah.
We should have never messed with that other wheel. We wasted 45 minutes on that thing.
Well, live and learn.
Yeah. I just didn't expect this wheel to free up, and with 2 wheels stuck, this would have been tough. But it went fine. I'll show you guys a little trick. So what I like to do is put some jack stands under the back of the trailer so that when the vehicle comes up on the trailer, it doesn't push the trailer down. Sometimes I use wood, but in this case, jack stands worked perfectly.
We had to make a stop to get something to drink. And I gotta tell you, it doesn't look any better. out of the forest.
It looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
The windshield's not smashed though.
Oh, well, you got that.
Yeah. This beast is too large to fit in the shop with the link in and the K car and everything else that's in there. So we need a shady spot, a cool spot. We're gonna do it right here.
So we're gonna use the tractor to pull the truck off.
So this is a real Three Stooges operation, in case you haven't noticed, but this will actually work.
I didn't expect it to roll off so fast. So at one point I thought, oh no, is it gonna go so fast it's gonna bump into the tractor? But
Well,
it didn't.
I thought that tire was stuck still, so I didn't think it would
Roll?
hit the tractor. But now that I know that this is now, wait a minute, was this the one that was?
Yeah, it was that one.
Stuck. Oh, that's a huge win.
Yeah, it is.
Huge.
It is.
Thank you for 3,000. All right, let's get this trailer out of the way. If this works, then we'll be professional auto transporters. And most people won't get that joke. Okay, you're gonna have to work this. I need to work the
Does that mean we're professionals?
stop block. Yeah, we're pros, man. We are pros. Yep. Okay. A little more.
Oh, hold on. I have caused a big problem.
Yeah, it went right over my chalk block.
I don't think we're as professional as we thought. Well, yeah, it did. It went right over that top block.
Yep.
It is turned into a Three Stooges episode.
Totally Three Stooges.
Should I hit you in the nose now? I just had a really funny idea.
To effectively show the skill being displayed in this operation here, I've got my Three Stooges shirt on. But we think we got it licked. Right, Mo?
I'm not Mo. I keep telling you that.
So I think it's high enough now with the jack. I'll just pull the trailer forward and we'll be done with this. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's inside this thing. So are we. But we need to get some mystery oil in these cylinders, seeing that the engine is seized. Once we do that, we'll get right to it. Let's take a quick look at what we got here. No stud on the carb. That's not good. Anything growing in here? Yeah. Yep. There was a lot going on in here. There's nuts and everything. Let's see if the carb is stuck. Yep. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's seized tight. Let's look in here. Okay. Lots of, I don't know if you can see that, but lots of junk in there.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, from not being maintained. Remember my idea about using this as a tow rig?
Mm-hmm.
It's fading fast.
Yeah. It faded fast as soon as I saw this thing.
Super black. Is that also way over full? Holy cow, it's way over full. Let me wipe that and see. Oh man. Oh man. So it's up to there. Where's full? Right there.
That's full.
Yeah, this is full. It's way up here. Does it really have that much water in it?
I don't know what's going on. We'll find out. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why is that on there?
That's a great question. What is this? This is a piece of welding cable that goes out to the under the cab to the back. This must have had a winch on it, and this is the feed for it. It's got to be. I mean, that's my guess looking at it. That's probably worth more than this whole truck. Yellow wires, that gives a lot of extra horsepower to these Ford engines. Okay, what do we got here? Not bad. Let's put the scope in there. Now the piston's right near the top. Not too bad though.
No.
No? Some scratches, of course.
Can you go around the sides anymore to see if there's anything we can't see on the opposite side? Okay.
Yeah, so that one's not too bad. I'm going to put some mystery oil in there, and then we'll move on. Carbony, but not bad.
I think it's better than the first one.
I think so too. The first one's been the worst one so far. All right, we'll get them all out, then we'll scope them. This is number 2. Looks good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, little rust at the very top. All right, let's look at number 3 quick. I can't really see anything
It just looks like
except lots of
cracked
carbon.
carbon.
Yeah. This one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. No, it's not. There's a ton of rust in
I
here.
can see. I have to turn it this way, but
That,
on the sides.
yes. That one might be why we're seized. Okay, if that's as bad as we encounter, then we'll be okay. Because this, you can break that free. Spark plug wire had tape on it, and look at that. Someone taped it back together, and I don't think, oh, it's broken. This plug is broken. I mean, this plug wire is broken. The actual end of the wire is on the plug. So somebody took it off, broke it, and then Mickey Moused it to put it back on, because there's the end of the wire. All right, we'll be replacing that one. We're going to lose 5 horsepower going to a black wire, but we have to do it. Yeah, this one's broken too. Isn't that funny? Okay. Set of wires coming up. Let's try this last one. It's not because I'm using pliers, believe me. I'm being very gentle. These are already messed up.
There they are. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think they all kind of look similar.
They do.
I don't see anything more on one than not on the other.
Lots of carbon. And a weird brand. Atlas.
See it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that one's good.
I don't even see carbon in there.
Huh, isn't that funny? Yeah, that's weird.
Huh, okay.
That is weird. All right, one more. So far, we've only got one that's rusty.
I think I might have saw some rust way up at the top like we did on the other one.
Yeah.
But
That's
it
not
doesn't
bad.
look that bad. Yeah.
No,
See a little bit
yeah.
up there, but
Yep. Okay, let's put some mystery oil in these cylinders and let it sit. So what I'm doing here, taking the Marvel mystery oil and using a squirt can, you're squirting it in the cylinders. And in this engine, since it's stuck, I'm putting a fair amount in, maybe a third of this can in. And what this will do is 2 things. It'll lubricate the cylinder so that it won't scratch when it first moves, the pistons first start to move. And it'll also penetrate into the rings to loosen them up, because it's likely that the rings are what's stuck to the cylinder wall. It's not likely the piston itself is stuck, although it could be, but not likely. The moment, no doubt, some of you have been waiting for, we're going to see what's inside this thing while we let that mystery oil sit in the cylinders. Hopefully nothing's alive in here. See if this window goes down. Oh, look at that. Look at that. This thing's ready to, well, it's stuck. All right, let's start with this. It's the remains of a radio. It's just missing the front piece. Where are we going to put this junk?
Here? I don't know. Don't put it in the back. I can't believe you should do that a little more carefully, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. It's a big risk. This container is so badly decomposed. I am shocked that it hasn't fallen apart. But there's all kinds of neat stuff in it.
Yeah?
Yeah, look at that. Now, what is that, viewers?
It's a
Maybe
light.
from an old motorcycle or something?
I don't know.
Yankee 1030. It looks too big for a motorcycle, but that is pretty sweet.
Are there 2?
Yeah, there's 2, but there's no light on this one. That is pretty neat.
Whoa, this is what you gotta be
this
careful
is really
for.
scary. There could be a snake in here.
I would just put that over there and let it sit.
Yeah,
Maybe whatever's in there, just try to get away.
that's a tent.
Is that what it is?
I thought that was a tarp. That's a tent. And maybe this is too?
Be careful. Wouldn't have been so funny if something actually came out of that.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been funny at all. Okay, what's this? This looks cool.
It looks like an old mail carrier bag.
Doesn't it? Like Pony Express?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's neat.
Oh,
There's something in it.
Oh gosh.
Oh, wow. A V-dub mirror, I think. Isn't that V-dub?
I don't know. It's
think it
tiny.
is.
Do we need one on our V-dub?
Yes.
Okay. That's weird. That means 2 things that we need for the V-dub we found in cars. One in
I
the
think
K
it's
car
V-dub.
and one for that.
Boy,
But
that is pretty
does
cool.
look like an old mail carrier bag.
It really does. I know what this is. This is some kind of shade.
Uh-huh.
What kind of shade would that be for? See that?
Yeah. Is that as big as it goes?
No.
Oh,
No, it goes out further, but it's got a pretty strong spring.
is
Look
it for
at
a
that.
truck?
I wonder if it's for the back window of a truck. I don't really know because of this weird shape here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. $5 on Marketplace.
We're gonna find out what it is first. It might be tin.
Yeah. All right, what's this? This is heavy. Whatever it is, this is heavy. King Louis.
Oh no.
Oh, it's magazines.
Is it magazines?
Uh-oh.
Is it? Oh,
Nope.
okay.
No, it's not. Easy Rider.
Oh, okay. They just
They're
had.
motorcycle magazines.
Okay. I was gonna say that first one looked a little risque.
Easy
All right, let's just stop.
Riders.
Well, I think we don't need to keep looking at that, Richard. Come on
Oh,
now.
I think we do.
No, we don't. I told Richard, that's mine.
This was actually stuck to the seat, but that's kind of neat.
I know. That's why I said
Bringing the tools out.
it's
You want it?
mine. Yeah.
That's pretty neat. That is 1980.
Can you hold it up?
You would think looking at this, it's 82 to 86 bullnose Ford, but it's not because these aren't clear. So this is 81 and a half to 86. 1980 and the early part of 81, these were clear. But that's in amazing condition. None of the
It is.
tabs are broken. That's a cool find. What that's doing in here, who knows? Skull hubcaps. Look at that.
How would you have those?
I don't know. What could we put these on?
Nothing?
Will they fit on this?
I don't know.
We should prank someone at a car show and just slap these on. A light.
Uh-huh.
Boy, look at how old that is.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's still got batteries in it.
Oh gosh, if it does, they're gonna be.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh, wow.
Huh, that was unexpected.
A Will It Run kit. That's cool.
So, is this for your car? Is that turn into a
I think
light?
that charges this light. That's cool. Maybe this is a K-car Chilton's. An old Jeep CJ.
Okay.
That's cool.
We
Look
could
at
use that.
49 to 86.
That's perfect for us.
Yeah, 86 was the last year. We'll definitely be keeping that. What is this?
Oh, what's
Wow.
in
Oh, there's
there?
something in it. Think it's tobacco?
It could be.
I think it's tobacco.
Let's hope that's what it is.
Yeah, it's probably tobacco. It's pretty small, maybe 14 gauge. And we've got this, which I definitely do not need. This looks like it was a nice one, this jigsaw, but I've already got a nice one. I don't need that. Fish hooks.
I'll put that in my fishing tackle box.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, do that. Stuff in here. That's
Oh, I see it falling out.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
not just Easy Riders.
Oh. Look, we'll look up Easy Rider and find out some of those are worth a lot of money.
Ooh, spark plug ones.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Think it's new?
I hope so. I hope it goes through this car. Maybe. Looks new.
No, this is HEI.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it still
think.
might be new, just not for this. Uncle Fester? Is that sandpaper right there?
Where? I think that's Easy
Oh.
Riders. Yeah, that's Easy Riders.
Oh, what's
Oh,
in there?
look at this. Look at this.
Uh-huh.
I never have enough of these.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Venus Smooth Original.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what this is.
You know, I have a feeling. Just leave it be.
Oh, look at this. I think. Well, let me get this out of here. This guy loved Easy Rider magazine.
Oh, yeah. Let's not look in there. Oop, let me get over here.
And a hooded poncho
Oh,
for when you're at a swap meet and it rains.
yeah.
We'll use that.
You can use that.
Yeah,
I'm not using it.
that's neat.
Now that looks okay.
80 grit discs.
Oh, hey. Look at
Oh,
the dash.
wow. Yeah. How many channel is this? 40 channel. We got ourselves a convoy. Convoy. Yeah, I think this is the mate. I think there's another CB in here. But I think this is, yeah, it is. This is
there.
the mate
Sure is.
to the other one. And this one's nice too. No broken tabs. This one's more new. Cobra 19. 19DX Mobile CB. This one's got the power connection too. Oh, look, it plugs right into your cigarette lighter. So all we need is an antenna and you can try it. Guess what? Wow! More Easy Rider magazines. And this looks like a, oh, it's a camera. Remember these?
Yeah, I do.
These old cameras? All right, now hold your breath on this one.
Okay, I'll step back.
These are coveralls.
Oh,
Look at that.
wow. Complete
are
with arms
coveralls.
cut off and everything.
Oh, yeah. Now this door opens like a Ford should. I don't know what's wrong with that one. A starter. Uh-oh. That's never a good sign. Phew, it smells bad right here. A starter.
Does it go to this?
I don't know. It's shot.
Now just hold up a minute.
Yeah.
Can you open the glove box?
Oh boy.
Because viewers know, and some have commented, that
Okay.
I gotta look in the glove box.
Okay.
Whoa, mouse house. But look at all the paperwork that's included.
Yeah. I don't want to go through that without a
No,
mask on.
that's right. But whoa, we'll be back on that.
There's a hat.
Yeah, let's leave that. That's so disgusting.
Yeah, that
Leave
is pretty bad.
Ew. Okay.
Look at, this is how long this thing's been sitting. Look at that. Holy cow. Coil on the floor
I
here.
see that.
Looks new. And there's this.
Yeah, I'm gonna come around for that. I want to look at the date on it. Okay, so what's the
So
The
this
date on
is
it?
Freddie Mid-South Wrestling Grand Slam,
but what's
Columbia,
the?
Tennessee. I think that's 1993. I think.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I can see that.
This is a request to advertise on this radio station
Ah,
and pay for it.
yeah. He didn't have the money. All his extra money went for those magazines.
Oh, look at that. Wrestling. April 16th, 8 p.m. 6-man tag team.
Oh God.
That's so cool.
That
$1
is.
off. Ringside. Bonsai Kid. Scott Lawler versus Japan's own Bonsai Kid.
We're not Japanese.
That that is super cool. This has got to go up on the shop wall. Guaranteed it's going up.
Do I want to see?
It's a neat radiator hose back there. Not much else.
All right.
What's your favorite thing?
Uh,
CBs? Tool
no,
thing?
the tool thing. Both of the tool things. The one that was kind of camouflaged. It looked like something you would buy someone at Christmas time. You know how they have those gifts that are just in a box?
Oh, and the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That really looks like something you bought at Walgreens.
I could see that being your
Shorthanded
favorite.
when you were. No, that was my favorite. I like it. I think
Second
it's fun.
favorite?
Yeah.
I think that's my second favorite too.
Mhm.
My favorite is the wrestling ad. That thing rules. And your favorite is that red tool tray?
I like the red tool tray.
Okay. All right, moving on.
All right. So you're going to try to see if it's will magically unseize now?
I was gonna pull the valve covers first.
Really? So unlike you.
All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Yep, I was afraid of that.
So look under here. Did
I
that
bet
rust
it's
and
pretty
fall
bad.
on there?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
bet
what
it's,
has
I
happened?
bet it's pretty bad under here.
That's it.
Yep, look at that.
That's it.
Oh, that's not good. Something told me I was gonna find a surprise in there
Then
because
why'd you buy it?
no, that's not what I mean. I mean
Oh, okay.
when we saw the cylinders being so good,
Uh-huh.
they didn't look bad enough to seize the engine. It's deja vu, isn't it?
It is.
From that truck right there. For those of you that have seen that video before we stripped it for parts, that 351M there was underwater. We got it running and running good, but this one is not quite as bad as that one, but it's bad. This might be a real challenge to unseize, but we'll see. Why did you buy this thing?
I didn't buy it. I am at this point just hoping that we can sell those Easy Riders. And maybe gets most of our money back.
Maybe I'll buy them.
Well, then just pay me.
Yeah, Easy Riders. That came out better.
Yeah, much better. Of course, people watching don't think it does, but unfortunately, I have seen you do this so many times that I know it looks really good.
Well, like I say, the 1980 that was flooded was worse than this.
That Dodge was way worse than that.
Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't seen the 48 Dodge video,
48,
you want to
sorry.
see a flooded truck, that's the one to see. All right, let me get vacuum in here, and then I'll take it off. Well, the story goes, and you know, I don't know what the story really is, but the story goes that this was a masonry truck business that this was used for, and that it carried bags and bags of masonry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was told, but who knows? That would explain all the cement in the back. All right, I think I got all the bolts off. Oh, look at how loose that was. Just like the other side, isn't that weird? Mm-hmm. It wasn't baked on there. Oh no.
You know, we thought this might not be as bad.
It's worse.
It is.
Look at this.
So deceptive. I feel so deceived. Let me go over this way so I can get a better shot. I mean, and it's back in the back.
Look, you got active water here. Look at that. That's wet.
Oh, I thought maybe.
How did that get in there?
You know, I thought I saw that, but I thought maybe you had sprayed something there.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be from when I did the linkage, but how did it get in there?
Yeah. So,
oh, this is worse.
You know, I think we should just call it.
You mean
done.
give up?
It's a lot of work.
No, we're not giving up.
It's a lot of work.
It is. Well, it's not. Here's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm. I've been through this before.
Take the rockers off,
mm-hmm.
each one.
Mm-hmm.
Lube everything up with mystery oil, then get it unseized at the piston level, and then try the valves.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then we got to make sure that nothing is so rusted that we have to get new ones.
Right. Yeah, like the push rods. Did we have to do that on the 1980? I think we did.
One or two, I feel like, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that back one looks pretty bad, that push rod.
The whole thing looks pretty bad back there. I don't know, Richard. Is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's here. Let's see what happens. Here's what we're left with after vacuuming. It's pretty bad. All of the hold down nuts are now loose. It was tough to do a few because there was so much rust around them. I had to dig it out first in order to get the socket on, but they're all loose and they're all covered in mystery oil. So why did I do that? These rockers are fulcrum rockers, and what happens is the fulcrum inside rusts to the rocker arm and keeps it from moving. And you can see these three don't have that problem. This one doesn't. This one does. So this one's loose, but the fulcrum's completely frozen. That one is frozen. Wow, that one's really frozen. And the back one appears to be okay. So the mystery oil is going to seep in there overnight and make it easier for me to free them up tomorrow. I'm just going to give them a little tap in the morning, and I think they'll all come free. And I'll probably take them all out and clean them. I will take them all out and clean them if the engine frees up. If it doesn't, well, that's another story. But I'm going to loosen them up enough so that you won't have any restrictions coming from the valve train. You get an idea of what I mean by the fulcrum freezing. Look at the rust right there at the base. See that? This fulcrum is completely frozen to the rocker arm. But they won't be after tomorrow. All right, big moment. We're going to see if this engine spins. I'm thinking it will. The pistons are sitting overnight, like I said, and the valve train is loose. And it's not. The bolt is tightening instead. Wow, it's not moving at all. Not at all. Wow. Wow. That's a big surprise given how the cylinders look. So let me try the plumber wrench from underneath. All right. You ready?
Yep. No.
Whoa, man.
No.
Woo.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh.
Just tightening.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you always say. Don't do it too much. You could break it off.
Yeah. Well, we know the water pump's not stuck, right? Because it moved a little bit yesterday when we slipped the belt. So it's not the water pump. But I suppose we could take the rest of these belts off to eliminate things like this being stuck, this being stuck. So let's do that. Okay, we loosened up the idler. Unfortunately, the idler spins fine. The AC pump spins fine. So it's not those. The alternator's not stuck either. No, power steering's not stuck. It is just the engine. Christina wants us to remove all the rockers. I think that's a good time to do it. Let's just get the rockers and the push rods out of here. Get them out of the way and see what we find. So yesterday I was explaining the fulcrum action on the rocker, and you see this rocker's not a problem. It's moving just fine. But the ones in the back, no doubt, are stuck. But what I did also notice was this push rod here is completely stuck. Completely. And I'm not sure how or why, if it's maybe rusted to the head, but it's really stuck. I've never seen that before. So I'm just going to keep moving this thing and try to break it free. I mean, if these are stuck like this, that could also be why it won't turn. I've just never seen that before. That is not a good sign. All right, I'm going to have to grab that with pliers. Okay, it's spinning now with the pliers on it. I don't want to pull the whole lifter out. Oh no. You see that? Mm-hmm. Oh no, the bottom is rusted, which means water sat in the valley pan, which is somewhat unusual. So it could be the entire valley pan is rusted up. Well, let's get the scope down there and take a look. See, this fulcrum seized. See how it doesn't move? It's completely seized.
Here are the last ones we took out, and only 3 of the rockers were free.
So we're in the push rod hole. Oh boy. Right now, we're going down into the lifter galley. I think that's the lifter right there.
It doesn't look good.
No, you can't even really see it. I think that's the lifter right there.
You can kind of see an edge right there.
Right, right.
But then the rest is just
Let's try the next one.
rust.
Yeah, there's a lifter right there.
Oh, look at all that.
Yeah.
That's not good. In rust we trust.
Yeah, I've got my new t-shirt on.
We found a lot of rust today. It's kind of funny.
Check out our merch at WTRmerch.com. You know, our inventory of shirts and the designs changes. So right now these are in stock and they're selling.
Back to the rust.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting this rust, to be honest.
Well, the intake's got to come off. There's no two ways about it, but I don't know that this is going to be salvageable. It's looking bleak. Let me look at the third one. Oh, this one I can actually see from here. Oh. Boy, is that bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
I don't know that I've ever seen this much water in a lifter galley, or this much rust in a lifter galley.
Yeah. And it's so strange because the cylinders aren't like that.
No.
That's what, normally we don't find that.
No.
This is a new one. So,
Yeah.
you know, I guess sometimes fate
So-
throws you something you haven't had before.
So what's likely stuck then is the lifters are pushing on the cam, those that were being actuated, and the lifters can't move.
Mm-hmm.
So the cam can't move.
Yeah.
So how do you get that free? Maybe a torch?
Is it really worth it though? Because even if you got it free, it's so bad in there. I don't think you can just clean that out and save it.
Hard to know. But it's awful early to give up.
For you, maybe. For you. Yeah, so far, interestingly enough, the first three have not been that bad. But the real rust was in the back.
Yeah, now see, this one seized. We're starting to get into the crappy ones the farther back we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
They clean up.
Well, that will clean up. We proved that already. This one was so rusted it was stuck to the tower in the head, and it's of course stuck on the fulcrum too.
Hooey.
Yeah. What are we doing? Another one.
Well, it was so
Rusted
bad in the
solid.
back. Of course, it has to be.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got ripped off. Oh, look at that.
It's bent.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Now that's not from us.
No, because it didn't move.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Someone's been at this before, probably.
See, kind of seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or it was driven like that. It's bent small in a small enough way that it could still be driven and just make noise. Well, who knows? Who knows? That could mean we got a bent valve there, which I hope we don't. Look at this one. Why am I laughing? All right, this one I'm gonna need pliers to get out like the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
The first on the one side and the last on the
Yep.
other.
This one doesn't even want to come out with pliers.
You still can't get it out?
No, too much rust.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's
Let's
out.
see it.
Yeah, this one's structurally compromised. Right here, it's so rusty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's compromised.
Can you blow through it?
No, I don't think so. Most of these
That
are
was a
plugged.
joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, most of these are plugged. So what did we have? We had 3 on this side that the fulcrums were free, and 3 on this side that the fulcrums were free. Everything else was rusted solid. So let's get this out of the way and scope this side.
Well, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
This is
So
really
we-
bad.
We've got a loyal viewer, Mr. Ventura, and he often comments and he says, if I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have believed it when we open up engines like this. And he said the same on that 1980 Ford. I think that comment is apt here. If this runs, I'm not going to believe it. Okay, off with the intake.
Dirt Dauber has to go.
Yeah, that's a Dirt Dauber apartment complex right there. Yeah, we might as well pull the carb off. It's got to come off anyway because the throttle plates are stuck. So we'll take it off as part of this operation.
Operation.
And I think that's really all we've got left to disconnect other than the manifold itself. All right, I'm going to get the vacuum. And then we're going to disconnect this and pull it off and do the big reveal.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look at that. This intake's been off before.
We kind of figured
That's gasket
we
maker.
were gonna find that.
Yeah, okay. We'll get back to you when we get this thing loose. Really? I'm shocked by that.
It looks really bad.
Any chance you can reach your arm in here?
That's not a very nice thing.
I got it. I mean to help me lift it.
Oh, I thought you
You
wanted...
put the camera down and just grab right there.
You were upset that I was saying something. Okay. All right, here we go.
All right, so that's the turkey pan. The turkey pan has a ton of rust in. Oh, I broke the sending unit. Crap. Whoa. Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, so the turkey pan was leaking. Had water on it so long it rusted through. Let's see what's under the turkey pan. Not so bad, honestly. I expected worse. I expected a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I mean, if you take the turkey pan remnants out.
What's that black stuff? Is that carbon?
No, that's broke down oil. And dirt. So let's vacuum this out and see what we end up with. But this lifter is so low in the lifter bore, there's no way to realistically get it out.
Mm-hmm. And even if you got all that scraped off, would the metal just be so compromised in those areas that, I don't know, what, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it'd be compromised, but it's, you know, is the lifter essentially welded to that bore? Probably.
Yeah.
So I think this is preliminary, but we'll clean this up more, and we're going to put a scope down these drain holes to take a look at the cam.
Yeah.
And if the cam checks out okay, it might be worth further investigation. If the cam's shot full of rust, this thing's over. So that is the camshaft, believe it or not. And that is the camshaft. See, there's one of the lobes.
Well, that doesn't look too bad.
And that's between a lobe.
I'm just really joking.
That's between a lobe. Right, this part doesn't look so bad.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, thinking time?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough so that even if we get it unstuck and get it running.
It's one of those things, like, just because you can do it, why? Yeah, because I know you can mess around with this and do enough to it in a couple of weeks. You would get it running. I know you well enough for that. And our viewers that have been watching forever know that too. But then it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of 2 weeks of your time. So.
Well, the pistons look okay. If I put a cam in it, I don't want to do that though. Modern day cam and lifters are just so crappy quality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to do that. I don't know, we'll think about what's next and we'll get back to you. Just for kicks, I'm going to see if we have stuck valves. I'm expecting that we do, but let's see. So the way you do that, you just take a brass hammer and you just drop it on the valve. And if it clunks, the valve's stuck. It's that simple. If it bounces back, it's not stuck. See that? Bouncing? Mm-hmm. That's not stuck.
The other one looks really weird. Yeah.
That one's not stuck either. That one's not stuck. Surprise. I thought this one for sure was stuck. Nope. They're all bouncing. I don't know about that one. That one appears to be free.
I don't see how.
I don't either.
That one's got so much on top, though.
Yeah, but that one's free too. They're all free.
Huh.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, these two are definitely free.
Really?
Yeah. This one has quite a bit of wear on top of the valve. Quite a bit. This engine must have a lot of miles on it. That one's stuck right there. That second to last one is stuck. In fact, you can even see how far down it is.
You can.
And this one's stuck.
Yeah, you can just look at the rest on that screen and tell that it has to be stuck.
So two stuck. So we've decided we're going to soak the lifters in a mix of ATF and acetone. And to facilitate that, I've blocked off the drain holes that go back into the pan. Hopefully it's a good enough seal. So I'm just going to take some acetone and dump it right in the ATF and pour it right in here.
How's it doing?
Good.
Okay. Now, in Richard's defense, I did ask if we could do this because I was just curious if the lifters were undone, could we free it up?
I think we can. I think it's the lifters that's holding it, but that's a guess. I have no facts to base that on, except that the pistons just don't look bad. We scoped them. They don't look bad, whereas these look horrible.
Yeah. But this is definitely something new we haven't seen before.
Let's let that sit for a while.
Let's list it for a while.
And see where we get.
All right, come on in, I'll make you some lunch.
Best part of the day. I'm having a hard time believing it myself, but I just freed up this second to last valve, and it was simple. It wasn't badly stuck. That's crazy. So one more valve to free up, and we'll have none that are stuck. All I did to free it up was just put my screwdriver in here, brace it against the tower, and lift up, and it immediately popped. So that's all good. So we're just trying it for the heck of it. It's been soaking a few hours. What do you think? 2 hours maybe? Hour and a half?
An hour and a half.
Something like that. I'm not expecting this to work,
No.
but we're gonna try
Well,
it.
it might. Who knows?
It might.
We did say maybe we should let it sit till tomorrow, but you know how that goes. You just can't not try. I'm gonna say no. It's too early. What do you think?
Well, that was a bust.
Maybe it needs more time.
We're going to try something a bit unorthodox, but it worked on the 1980. And that is, I'm going to try to add the starter horsepower to my horsepower to get this unstuck. So we're hooking the battery up. We'll do a little touch test. That looks good. And we're going to see if we can get the starter to engage. I'm just going to first see, does the starter trigger at all? Let's try that first. 2 black cables, that's nice. Nothing. Okay, I think the solenoid's probably messed up. Because I'm getting a nice light here. I'll try jumping right to the starter wire and see what happens.
Nothing. Is the connection dirty?
I got a little spark, but that's it. Yeah, I think we probably had dirty connections all over the place that we're going to have to look at. That's better.
Hey, you could have warned me first.
Okay. That's much better.
Yeah.
So it was the negative cable. It was completely messed up. It was actually loose where the wire connects. So I'm going to hook this back up the way it should be, and maybe this solenoid will come around. And if it does, we can use the trigger, which I'd rather do because Christina needs to be on the camera. I need to be on the wrench. We need a third person that doesn't exist. You get the starter to at least click.
I think it may have.
I think it moved.
Unless you were electrocuted and it just went that way.
I thought it moved.
I think it depends on if the starter does something.
I'm feeling something in here.
Mm-hmm.
We need the trigger to work.
Yeah, you're gonna get electrocuted, Richard. I don't.
Well, that's very promising. Let me try it myself now, because I think it moved.
I do think it moved. I think we have to. You know, in that other room, we had to do it many times. Oh, that moved a lot.
Yay! It moved.
It moved a lot.
Oh, man. So what we did is we said, forget it with the solenoids. Forget it with the extra cables. I just ran a thick cable to the battery right to the starter. Oh, man.
So will you see anything in there move? Will you see
It
how move?
will, but it's hard for me to see and do this at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely. Okay, now I'm still offering with the mask and the gloves and stuff.
Yeah, I don't really want you near this battery.
But if I had all that on, I'd be fine. Golly.
I mean, you're going to see those start to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my little stool and stand on it.
Ready?
All right, we're watching. Oh, we saw one move. Maybe it's just jiggling.
Boy, that's weird. As soon as that starter kicks in, it moves so easily. But alone, I can't do it. So I guess that means I'm a major weakling.
Wow. You know, I didn't see anything move at all.
Huh?
I didn't see anything in there move at all.
I need you looking at the crank, not that. That's going to be much harder to see move.
Oh, I thought the water would kind of push up. I mean, not the water, but the oil would kind of push up.
It will, but, you know, we're moving in such small increments.
Uh-huh.
The crank is really the important thing. Let me get some chalk.
You took the words out of my mouth. So we have a chalk mark. It's that big white chalk mark.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch out in case this wrench goes flying. I don't want it hitting you. But honestly, the starter's doing most of the work.
Yeah, we can't even see the chalk mark anymore.
Yeah,
it
so it
went
moved that
that
much.
far. It was, I would say, almost a quarter of a turn.
So let's try this.
Okay. Oh, it's moving it on its own now. See the distributor?
Oops. Let's get this thing out of here. I don't want to spin this too much because I don't want the oil pump to pick up whatever's in that pan.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's safe to say we're unseized.
Yay!
Okay, let's try it again.
Not seeing
None of those are moving.
No, not seeing it.
This is turning though, right?
Yes, that is turning. Well, do it again.
Oh, you know what's
it was
happening?
Turning a while ago.
I know what's happening.
What's happening?
They're just the lifters are getting pushed out of their bore and they're not coming back down because there's no valve spring pressure on them.
Oh.
So look at them.
But they are
They're
up.
all pushed up.
They were not up
Right.
before.
They're
They
all
were
pushed up.
in there with the rust.
So that's exactly where I want them. I want them pushed up so that the ATF and the
Can get in there.
yeah.
Yeah. The
So that's
acetone.
just fine. So this guy's unseized.
Okay. All right. Well, that's enough for one day.
And we got compression in at least one cylinder.
Well, I thought I heard something go.
Yeah,
out.
we blew oil out of 2 cylinders, I think.
Yeah, you
one
can
there
see
and
it.
one here.
You can see drips of it right there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay. So I don't know what's in your craziness.
Well, we got to get some intake gaskets.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have one valve that's stuck.
You know what? We were talking about the blue truck before, the one behind me, which is no more. That had one stuck for a week.
It was the same exact valve.
Yeah.
Same exact valve. And we left it stuck until the engine warmed up.
And
Then it freed up.
Yep.
And we're going to do that here.
Yep.
All right, let's see. What's next?
We have to change the oil. However,
Yeah, that's next.
it is
Let's get
a little after 5 o'clock, and I think.
Yeah, let's get the oil out of here tonight and let it drip.
All right, I'm gonna let you do that.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do,
Let the water come out first.
yeah, when the water stops, I'm going to close it back up. Whoa, yeah. All right, the water's already started coming out. Now the angle of this, I don't know if you can see that.
Well, I mean, when you put that thing under there, I can see your hand. Let me say that. Are you not going to put that under there when the water's coming out?
I'm trying,
Okay.
but the bolt is stuck part way out because it's so rusty. Oh, it stinks bad. Smells really, really bad. Here we go. Okay, get ready.
Oh, we can see it going down your arm now. Better get that under there. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's like rain.
Yeah. Let's see if I can go in closer.
Well, it's oil now.
Really?
Yeah.
That fast?
Yeah.
Maybe a lot ran down your arm.
Oh, well, there wasn't enough water. I'm just going to let this drain. There wasn't enough water to overfill this pan.
It doesn't seem like oil. It seems the consistency.
Yeah, it's thin, for sure. It's
yeah.
thin. But it stinks like oil, that's for sure.
Is there clumpy stuff in there?
I can't tell because the first thing it does is hit a cross member.
Oh.
But I don't see anything clumpy, no.
Hmm.
I'm surprised. I thought there'd be a lot more water in there.
A lot did run down your arm.
Yeah. I guess we'll just let that run. You can look at my arm and see what we got.
Haha, yeah.
And the plug is not rusted.
Yeah,
That's good news.
that is a good sign.
So
All right.
less water than we thought. Well, I'm waiting for the oil to drain out. I've made up a cable to go from the starter to the solenoid. The one that's in there is terrible. It's all broken up. You can see it's all twisted and bare. So that's coming out totally. I'm going to replace it with this one. And hopefully this solenoid will start working when I get everything straightened out. I'm also going to recheck the ground. I know the ground's okay, but I'm going to check it again because that's how it's acting. It's like it's not getting ground, but I know that it is. This is what came out. Really not nearly as much water as either of us thought. I mean, it's almost all oil. It's black and it's crappy, but it's almost all oil. It's starting to get dark, so I need to wrap this up for the day. What did we learn? Well, we got it unseized. The situation with the solenoids is as of yet unsolved. It appears at this time I had 2 new ones that were bad and a used one that was bad. I'm still fighting that battle. We'll see. So I can't get any of them to work. I redid the ground. I did everything. All the cables have been changed. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it doesn't matter at this point. So tomorrow, I'm going to drain this out and clean up the gasket surfaces here. And with any luck, throw some gaskets on it, hook an oil pressure gauge up where the sending unit is broken, and see if this thing will fire. It's an ambitious goal, but it's not impossible. See you in the morning.
let's hope today is a better day.
Good morning. We are back at it today on the Ford, and up for today is cleaning up the gasket services, pulling the distributor out, cleaning up the push rods, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Maybe even seeing if we can get it to fire, depending on the progress we make. This is one of the more tedious jobs, is cleaning up the push rods. They're of course a mess. This one was bent badly, and I've got it almost all straightened out. But structurally, there's obviously some concerns here. The pitting is pretty deep, and of course they're all plugged up. Now this one I've already freed up by blowing compressed air through it. I'm using like 100 pounds, quite a bit of pressure, and it is working. Certainly wear safety glasses for both the cleaning of the push rod and the blowing it out. To clean it, I'm just using a wire wheel mounted on a grinder. This is a before and after shot. So they do clean up quite a bit. Since we're also cleaning, we're going to clean up these rockers. Look at how bad that is. It's just frozen solid, as are most. But I'm going to clean them the same way. Just take them apart and put them in the wire wheel. This is the wire wheel, in case you're wondering, right here. And it does a good job. Just tedious. This is going to take a long time to do. This one's very, very stuck. Yeah, so far this is the most stuck. It is not blowing through. So I'm gonna have to soak this one in some brake clean. The obstruction is usually not too deep into the push rod. So I put this small nail into a vise and it just pushed down on the push rod. So I've done that with this one that's super stuck. Let's see if air blows through. Yep. This one is now clear. And I've got to do that for the rest. Every one that's plugged, and most of them are. Onto the rocker assembly. You can see how badly this one is just rusted together as one piece. So the first thing I've got to do is just break these two apart, wrap it with a hammer to try to get the two pieces separated. In this case, it's probably going to take more than a gentle wrap. There. See, this is the fulcrum that rocks inside the rocker arm. So honestly, it's not as bad rust-wise as I thought. This is going to be pretty easy to clean up. This not so much, but I expected worse. The rockers are all cleaned up and put in. They look filthy because I've been oiling them and oiling them and oiling them. I oiled the fulcrums, pre-oiled the lifters. I've oiled everything. All the valves are moving, but one is sticky. That's this one, so I left it loose. I don't want the piston hitting the valve. So what I'm going to do, assuming it starts, is once the engine warms up, I think that valve will free up. So I'll slowly start to tighten it then. The distributor, I tried moving. I've had it soaking all day. It will not move. So putting this intake on is going to be a challenge. And I'd really like to adjust the timing, but that thing is not moving. We'll see how it is tomorrow. But so far, things are trucking along nicely. The intake manifold gaskets will be in tomorrow morning, so I hope to jump on it then. Have a good night. I am back at it. We had some rain last night, and look at the rainwater in there. So that gives a pretty good indication of how water got into this engine. This hood being messed up, just let water pour in. Luckily, I had it covered. Well, I've tried heat. I've tried this special wrench. everything to get that distributor loose, and it's not happening. I'm just gonna have to live with this for now. Once I get it moving and running, if I can, I'll bring it into the shop, and I've had luck putting an engine hoist to put tension on this while I hit it and it comes up, but I can't do that out here. It's way too muddy. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that manifold in with the distributor in place. Let's take a look at this carb. The throttle linkage is completely bound up, and it's bound up where the shaft goes into the carb right there, probably on both sides. So to free this up, there's a few things you can do. Obviously lube it up and move it back and forth, but worst case, if you have to, you can heat around the throttle shaft. I don't like to do that. It's not, carbs weren't meant for that, obviously, but if I have no other choice, that's what I'm gonna have to do, and I hope I don't. So I'm gonna try lubing up first. What you can't do is start hitting on these plates. They're super thin and they will bend, and then you're never gonna idle right unless you get it completely bent back. Boy, I did not want to do this, but I have to. I'm gonna have to heat the throttle shaft bushing, because I cannot get this throttle shaft to move. I've tried everything short of heat. And I know a carburetor is not supposed to have heat like that, and it's a precision instrument, and I'll get beat up in the comments, but I'd like to understand what my alternatives are at this point. I do have another carb. It's not an exact match, so worst case, I can use that. But I'd rather stick with the exact match if I can. I'll try to keep the heat localized. Obviously, we've got power valve here, accelerator pump here. Those are going to be very sensitive to heat, so I'll try to keep it localized and see if I get lucky. That flame is just burning off the penetrating oil. It will go away quick. I was not sure that was going to work, but it did. And it doesn't appear, certainly the accelerator pump didn't get super hot. We'll see what problems manifest themselves from doing this. The bolts are snugged up. I'll torque them all, but this is basically how I put it in. If you're by yourself and you need to lift a heavy manifold in and you need to slide it under the distributor, it's best to sit right in here. I've got my left leg on the ground, my right leg here, and I just fed it in from the back, and it actually wasn't too tough. So it's in. Let's hope it's sealed well and move on to the next steps. We took the opportunity to hook up an oil pressure gauge. Since I broke the sending unit anyway, it was the perfect time to hook it up. So that's going to be way better anyway, because we don't know if the oil pressure light works in this thing. So that's the way to go. I plugged off the vacuum to the power brakes. So everything I needed to do way back in the engine is done. So the carb's going on next. All right. This mess is done and going on. We are close.
The wires.
Fix a couple of plug wires.
Clean the spark plugs.
And that's it. That's it.
Very nice.
Before we put the plugs in, which is our next step, I want to turn it over to blow the mixture oil out of the cylinders. There may not be much left. It's been sitting here 2 days, but there might be, and we need to make sure that it's taken care of. The solenoid's still not working, so I'm just going to bypass it.
See anything on this side. Did you see anything on yours?
As far as oil goes, no, but
was it going too slow?
No, it's going super fast, but there's a bunch of rockers that are not moving.
No way.
Yeah, a bunch.
Are they in the back?
No.
Front?
They're right here. And I think there was some over there.
Oh.
That's weird. It'll never start like that. Let me look at which ones. You look on your side, tell me which ones aren't moving.
Okay.
It's spinning nice and fast.
Okay, so I guess you would say 6 and 8.
Aren't moving?
Yeah, if you named it 6 and 8. Here, let me point.
Yeah, that's
to
fine.
Like
because I've only got one. On
that
the
one
other
right there,
side
and the
that's
one on
moving.
the other side.
I've only got one that's moving on this side.
One?
One.
Oh wow.
So what we had here was the lifters were coming up in the bore and sticking up, and the valve springs weren't strong enough to push them down. So we've been pushing on the lifters by hand to push them back down, then turning it over, having the cam push it up, then manually pushing it back down a few times. And we went from how many were moving? Like 7?
Yeah.
To almost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We're 3 short of every one.
Yeah.
If it runs, and it might run on 6 cylinders,
Yeah.
it might run. The heat soak and the cycles of this thing running will probably loosen those.
Yeah, and
those
tell
up.
them about the oil pressure.
Oh yeah, I mean we've got, what is this gauge? Over 60 pounds of oil pressure just spinning this thing over.
You want to do it real quick and then I'll show them?
Sure.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. All right.
Let's see if we have spark. Plugs are in, wires are hooked up. That weird ground is connected. You see a little spark here, which is a good sign. The key is on.
All right, I'm watching this. But you know, this spark plug checker has been giving us trouble. It's not showing spark too.
No spark.
But you know, it has been doing that. Randomly, the headlights came on.
That's got to be that ground.
I hope so. Or
It's gotta be.
it could be like Christine. Let's hope that's not it. They're off now. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the first time the key worked too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yay.
It's real good.
Okay. Getting the starter fluid?
Yeah, I mean, given we're not sure the spark check is working, we'll give it a little shot of this and see if it kicks.
I agree.
And if it kicks, then we know the spark check is not working.
Exactly. Now, we did not check. Does it still have an exhaust?
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't kick. But, you know, it could take multiple tries.
It did seem to behave a little differently, didn't it, to you? It did to me.
Mm-hmm. I think it kicked.
See what I mean?
Yeah, no, I felt it and heard it, so I need to get that camera stand. So there you go. If something comes out and it doesn't have any holes in it, then you're gonna see it.
We're gonna test for spark the old-fashioned way because I don't trust this spark checker at all. All right, so I'm just gonna ground this here. You need to go in and hit the key to turn it over.
Do you want to record it or no?
I'll hold the camera.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Hold it. Yeah, we're going to give it a try. It's got spark, so let's try it. This is a big moment. Go ahead.
It's trying, babe.
It's trying.
Yeah.
Let's let the starter cool.
Yeah, let's let the starter cool. And I gotta open this door and let this be out. You ready?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna put my glasses on in case
That's a
this
good
kicks.
idea.
Go ahead.
You had a kick, definitely.
See, that time it felt like it wanted more gas,
Mm-hmm.
not less. Some gas rather than starting fluid.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, so close. What do you think happened?
Still trying to start.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
It ran for like 12 seconds.
It ran, but see, there is why you don't run engines off of starting fluid. Did you hear that knock noise?
Yeah. But can we just for one moment say it ran for 12 seconds? And,
Yeah, it ran. It ran.
And say, woohoo!
Oh, it's going to run now. It ran. Now I think the problem's in the carb. But it ran. But did you hear it was knocking like crazy?
Yeah,
I think
I did.
that was the starting fluid detonating, which is why, a viewer once said to me, use more starting fluid. It's like, no, you don't want to do that. Use the minimal possible. And I was running it off that. Now, it could be a bad main, and maybe that's what I was hearing. But I think it was that stuff. So I'm going to try to run it off gas now. The carb, as you can see, is leaking. So I'm a little bit worried. I hope we're not flooding the engine out, but I don't think we are because the starting fluid helped. So I'm going to try not to use the bowls. I'm going to just try to use that down the throat.
You ready?
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead.
Darn.
Don't stop until I stop. One more time.
Maybe.
Let the starter cool.
Yeah, it's acting really. The starter is acting funny.
I really think it's carburation at this point. This carb's screwed up big time, which I'm not surprised.
No.
So let's throw my other carb on it and see if it behaves any better. Okay, carb's been replaced. The other one was leaking all over the place. When I took it off, it was just pouring out everywhere. So this needed to happen. I'm a little concerned. The base of this carb, the passageways aren't exactly the same. This came from a Granada. If you haven't seen that Granada video, it's pretty cool. And this carb helped get that started. But we're gonna try it. It's better than the carb that's on it.
Ready?
Yep. Go for it. Come on.
I think it needs more gas than you think.
Huh?
I feel like it wants more gas than you think it would.
Who knows? Okay, let's try it again. It's gonna get better and better.
Should I stop? Yeah, I think is it battery or starter or both?
Sounds like we're just gonna need to call it and go charge the battery.
I think so too. That gives me time to make dinner.
Yeah.
Because it's already been past that 10 minutes.
I mean, I could hook the jumper cables up to the truck.
Mm-hmm. You can do that while I'm making dinner then.
Okay, last try for the night. I am going to try to jump it with my truck. All right, let's try it. I filled up the bowls, so I'm just gonna give it a quick shot. Just in case I'm flooding it out and I don't know if I am or I'm not. So let's see what happens. Wow, great oil pressure. Oil all over the place. All right, next step we need to do is hook up some fuel, because I think what's happening is the bowl runs dry and it starts to kick through the carb and stalls out. But I'm not going to do that tonight. It's getting too late, so I think I'm going to just pack it up. So the battery's now fully charged. Everything's cooled off. Got the gas hooked up. My intention here is that I think with the gas, it'll just keep running. We won't have to worry about the bowl running dry. But the key is this. What is the valve train doing while the engine's running? I haven't checked yet. Are the push rods spinning along with the lifters, or are they just stationary? That's going to help me understand just how healthy that cam is. Of course, I'm very worried, given what we saw of the rust on that cam. But we'll find out shortly. All right, we're ready to try it. This is a huge moment. We're hoping that it runs, the push rod spin, and all is well.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It idles.
Is that what it's doing?
Yeah.
What was it doing before? Was it just throwing up, like having a fit? I don't know.
How's the oil coming out of the rockers?
It's kind of smoky, so I can't really tell. What's your oil pressure gauge say?
I can't see it.
Yeah, your shirt's covering it up. No, it says it's not about 70. Oh, that's a little thing. You know, I gotta tell you, I never thought it would do this. Never.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Well, I did say, don't end up like that. I know. I said that right before we started it this time. I think it listened. Now, I will say, the one in the back here,
Yeah.
the rocker, it's not moving. The rocker arm.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, which I believe it was, but I think it might have stopped. So you had the one that was causing us grief stick again over here on this side too, right?
Yeah.
The 6 1 back.
Yep.
Yeah. And then remember that last one in the back was causing us grief and it stopped too.
Yeah.
How funny that those kind of freed up and then went right back to their old craziness.
I guess we didn't run long enough for the thermostat to open.
Now, why is the carb backfiring? It's just the carbs messed up, not
Because
really
two
for
cylinders
this.
aren't working.
So that's why it's doing it?
Yeah,
Okay.
2 cylinders aren't working. We've got the plugs in the cylinders, so maybe we're building up compression and a valve's slightly open, or who knows what.
Should we take the plugs out of those and see what happens?
If we disconnected the plug wires, it would stop backfiring, which we probably should do, because those cylinders are useless anyway.
Yeah. Well, I remember that's what we did on that one until it started to come around.
Are you sure the other one's not moving at all?
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
So this thing's running on 6, basically.
Well,
that sounds pretty good for running on 6, I have to say. Let's try it again.
okay. Do you need to turn the idle up?
I never expected these push rods to be spinning. Yeah, they're spinning. Unbelievable. Now that rock is loose. Look at how loose that rock is.
Oh, yeah. You go, guy.
That valve must be stuck or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Something that's not good. But let's see if it's charged.
Okay.
Can you believe this is sitting here idling?
I can. Honestly, I'm getting a little sentimental.
It's charging.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm getting a little sentimental. I was thinking that about 2 minutes ago. You know, that this truck has came around and is doing this. Yeah.
You know, the valve train's noisy, but the bottom end is quiet.
Yeah.
How's your oil pressure?
It has been down quite a bit.
Yeah, it's barely turning, that's why. This is probably idling at like 600 RPM.
Okay.
Let me see if the clutch
It's
works.
up a little bit. Now we're probably losing a lot of oil too.
Yeah, we are, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Woo! Richard! Don't run into your board over there. So what? I don't know. You were just seeing if it would move?
Clutch works, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Clutch works, brakes don't.
afraid you were going to go hit your truck.
We got so many flat tires in this thing, it's not going anywhere.
Well, you never know.
All right, so that's it for now. We've proven it'll run. It's running on 6 because we got still a couple of valve issues. Not sure what's going on with one valve here, one valve here, and this one being loose.
You know, I think there might be
What
some.
is going on with that?
You know, Richard, I think there's just some things that are going to have to be replaced on this.
Well, here's the deal. What I was trying to figure out is
it worth saving?
Is it worth saving?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to run a compression test off camera. You don't need to see that. But assuming it's good, and I think it will be, yeah, I'm going to throw a timing chain and gears in this thing, push rods, rockers and take a real close look at those lifters.
Yeah.
But it runs. There are times where I doubted that it would. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm a little sentimental, because I'm like, oh no, I almost was like, this is too much work, don't do it. And now I'm like, no, okay, it proved me wrong. It proved me wrong, which means that, you know, if everything turns out good with compression, let me just, before I go any further, what do you do with all that stuff that we saw in the can? What happens to all that rust?
It goes down into the pan and gets picked up with the filter, or it just sits in the bottom of the pan.
So how often would we have to change that?
I mean, would change it after running this another half hour or so. I'd change the oil.
Okay.
But I'm not going to run this another half hour. I'm going to go through the valve train and change the oil after I do that.
Yeah. And if everything checks out, then, you know, you have my dedication to help with the exterior and the interior.
That'll be a cool future video.
Okay.
So this baby runs. Thank you so much for watching today. Yeah, it's a long one, but I think it was worth it. This was super fun, super challenging, and it proves never give up, even if it looks like it's not going to happen. Check out our merch at WTRmerch.com. Until we meet again, have a great day.